Jake, are you there? I have some really big news, and I could really do with you being able to talk to me at the minute.
Hey, I'm free. What's up?
Well, you know that my grandma passed away recently, right?
Yeah?
Well, she left me some inheritance, and I've just gone and found out what it was, and you will never believe it.
Was it a secret diary of long lost lovers?
What? No. She left me $6 million.
Whoa. What?
That was my reaction.
But how? I mean, she never seemed as if she had that kind of money.
I know, right? But apparently she invested a load of money into stocks and bonds and stuff, and she actually had some shares in some pretty big named companies. She had shares in Apple and Microsoft, for God's sakes.
But if she had that much money, why didn't she ever use it for herself?
Well, in her letter to me, she said that she had never felt the need to flaunt her wealth and use it on trivial things. She was happy and as content as she could possibly be with her life, and she didn't want things to change, which she knew would happen if she revealed that she was rich. Basically, she liked things as they were in her life.
I mean, that's fair enough. If she was happy as she was, then money wasn't gonna make her more happy.
Yeah, precisely. And it's not like she didn't use a bit of it. When she got into her old age, she used the funds to keep herself afloat and to make sure that she and my granddad wouldn't have to worry about things when they retired.
I guess it's kind of nice to know that money isn't everything to some people and that they would rather live a simple life, full of love and happiness, than one full of people simply after your money.
Yeah, I guess so. But what am I supposed to do with all of this money now? I mean, I never thought that I would ever end up this wealthy, so I have no clue what I'm supposed to do with it all.
Well, just do what feels right to you. I mean, $6 million is quite a lot of money, so perhaps you could give some away to charity if you wanted to. Other than that, I'd suggest doing some things for yourself. Maybe buying yourself a nice new place to live or some stuff that you've been wanting for a while now. Or spoiling your bestest friend in the whole wide world.
And who would that be?
Well, it better be me, otherwise you and me will be having some serious words, Missy.
Ah, well, don't you worry. I'll make sure to spoil you rotten, lol. But there was one thing I was curious about.
What's that?
Well, what do you think I should do in regards to Wayne?
What do you mean?
Well, I just mean that he's been acting a bit strange lately, and I don't know if telling him about this inheritance will make things better between us or not, you know?
Yeah, I kinda get where you're coming from. Like, if you guys are having problems, maybe it's best not to mention anything about the money. Just in case he decides to try and act like everything's okay, just so that he can get the money.
Do you really think he'd do that?
Huh? Oh no, that was just a hypothetical. I'm sure he wouldn't do that, but maybe just for the safe side of things, you should keep this info under wraps a little bit. Just until you two have worked whatever kinks out of your relationship. But ultimately, it's up to you. He's your husband.
Yeah, I think you might be right though. Perhaps it would be better if I didn't say anything for a little while.
Well, I'm here if you need to talk. Just let me know.
Okay, thanks, Jake. You really are the bestest friend a girl could have.
And I'll be expecting my own yacht by the end of the week because of how great I am.
Sure, I'll add that to the list. See ya.
See ya. Emily, we need to talk. Now.
What is it, Wayne? I'm kind of busy at work at the minute.
Oh, are you now? Are you sure that you're not off? Swanning about on some yacht or in some fancy hotel or something? Buying yourself loads of fancy clothes and eating at loads of fancy restaurants?
Wayne, what are you on about? You sound like you've gone crazy.
I know about the money, Emily.
The money?
Oh, don't play dumb. You know exactly what money I'm on about. Your grandmother's inheritance that she gave you? $6 million?
Oh, that.
Yeah, that. Why didn't you tell me? I mean, your grandmother passed away months ago, so you would have known about the inheritance not long after that. We could have been living happily with $6 million to our names. We wouldn't have had to work another day in our lives. Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I didn't want it to change things.
What are you going on about? Change things? Of course it would change things. We would have been rich. No money troubles at all. Don't you want that?
Well, of course I wanted that, but I also want to make sure that our relationship doesn't change. We haven't been on the best of terms lately, and I don't know. I didn't want things to get worse simply because of money.
Now you're just being stupid. Things wouldn't have gotten worse with money. It would have gotten better. I could even give my mom and dad at least $1 million so that they could live happily as well.
Well, that's what I mean.
Huh?
Look, you know that I would help your family out and stuff, but your mom has never been the kindest to me. She actually hates me, and I don't think we should reward her behavior with money, let alone so much money. It just doesn't seem right to me.
Emily, she's my mother. I want to give us her money if I can.
Yes, you can give her some of your money. However, this inheritance is my money from my grandma, the last thing she left me. So I get to decide what happens to it and who gets it. And frankly, your mom hasn't really been the nicest to me.
So what? Just because she said a few things that you can't handle, you're gonna not let her have any money? How stupid and selfish is that?
Excuse you? It's not stupid or selfish. Sometimes people need to deal with the consequences of their actions, and so if your mom wants to be horrible to me, so be it. But she won't be getting any money from me, that's for sure.
Well, me being your husband means that what's yours is mine, and so if I want to give my mom some inheritance money, then I can.
I think you'll find you can't. The money is all in my name, and considering we don't share a bank account, you have no access to it whatsoever.
Uh-huh. Unless, of course, I divorce you.
What?
You heard me. I'm gonna divorce you and take half of that inheritance money for myself. I'll be $3 million richer thanks to you and your grandmother passing. This is literally the best thing that could have happened to me.
But why? Aren't we happy?
Oh, you truly are an idiot if you think that we're happy.
What do you mean?
I mean that I haven't been happy being with you for ages now. The only reason that I'm still with you is because you had a decent paying job. With you paying the majority of the bills, I was able to use my money however I wanted to.
So you've been using me all this time?
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, honestly, I can't see any other reason why anyone would want to stay with you. You're so boring, and let's face it, you're way past your prime.
Past my prime?
Well, yeah, it means you're old.
Wayne, I'm 26.
Yeah, that's the wrong side of 20. I need to be with someone much more youthful and younger than you. Someone who isn't going to drag me down. And it's just got that much easier now that I'm going to have half of your money.
So what? You're just going to go and wave around a bunch of money and see what gold digger who turns up takes your fancy the most?
Why not? I mean, at least they'd be up to having some fun. Besides, I'm only 27. I've still got loads of life left in me. I'm a young man with plenty of appeal.
Oh, so you being in your late 20s means you've still got loads of life then? But I'm an old hag?
Face it, it's just the way things are in the world. Women age faster than men and have to deal with their biological clock and all that. It just means that you're getting past your usefulness.
What a nice thing to say to your wife.
Yeah, well, like I said, you won't be my wife for much longer now.
Well, at least we can agree on one thing. But if you think for even 1 second you'll be getting any of my money, then you've got another thing coming.
Oh, and what are you gonna do to stop me, huh? In cases of divorce, everything is usually split evenly. You can't do anything to stop that.
Just you wait. Then we'll see who's laughing.
Emily, how dare you keep your inheritance from us? That is just so incredibly rude. I always knew that you were no good. You would be a terrible daughter-in-law. I told Wayne not to marry you, but did he listen? No. But I suppose at least you've come in handy for one thing. With the money that we get off of you now, me and the rest of my family will never have to worry about money or working another day in our lives ever again.
Well, Florence, like I told Wayne, that's not going to happen. Regardless of whether or not me and Wayne get divorced, he's not getting a single penny off of me.
You keep thinking that, sweetheart, but the truth is that he is going to get that money, and then he'll finally be able to marry that sweet girl he's been seeing for the last few months.
Wait, I'm sorry. He's been seeing someone?
So naive and clueless. LOL. Yes, he has been seeing someone, a woman called Drew. She's much nicer than you have ever been, and I seriously can't wait for her to be my daughter-in-law instead of you. In fact, Wayne has been thinking of leaving you for quite some time now. He just wanted to wait until the best possible time to do so. I guess he was right in doing so, though, because if he had divorced you all that time ago, he never would have gotten any of this inheritance money.
Actually, thanks to you, Florence, you've pretty much just ensured that he will get nothing at all.
What? How so?
You'll just have to wait and see now, won't you? Thanks for all of your help, though. You've really done me a huge favor. See you, Florence.
Emily, how could you? I don't understand how this has happened. How could you get given all the inheritance money? I was owed that money too.
Well, whilst usually you would have gotten half of that money, your mom told me something that I found very interesting.
And what's that?
Your mom told me that you were cheating on me for the last few months. With that in mind, I hired a private detective to follow you and look into what you were doing those few months, and I was shocked to discover that not only had you cheated on me with this Drew, but also with a few other women as well. You were also taking all of their money, and you've been filtering it into a secret bank account, which, funnily enough, isn't exactly a legal account.
Huh? You couldn't possibly know all of that. And for spying on me, I'm gonna sue you.
Good luck with that, especially considering I've already submitted your illegal savings account to the government to be looked into.
What?
Yeah, apparently the IRS is really interested in non-taxable accounts, which this one actually is. That's actually why you didn't get any money from me at all. The judge could see that you were up to no good, and he didn't want to give you any more chances to mess with any other woman. I think you should also be ready for a phone call concerning all of this. You'll have some very interested people wanting to talk to you very soon. Anyway, see ya. I've got a life to go and live, and a best friend to go and spoil. Bye. After divorcing Wayne, I never felt more free, and with the money I inherited, I was able to quit my job and live a happy life. However, I didn't keep all of the money for myself. I donated a lot of money to charity, as I knew that I didn't need all of it for myself. I also spoiled Jake a bit, as I promised, as he has always been there for me and deserves to be spoiled sometimes. As for Wayne, he was actually arrested for his illegal activities. The IRS was extremely interested in his offshore account and soon shut it all down. Wayne was sentenced to 5 years in jail, and the IRS is going to keep an extremely close eye on him from there on out. I guess it really doesn't pay to be a horrible person like Wayne.
Hello? Jennifer? I really need to talk to you about this whole school trip thing.
Who is this?
It's me, Sandra, Toby's mom.
Oh, hello, Sandra. How can I help you?
Well, your son was telling my son that he was going on holiday to Europe. And, well, Tobin is kind of jealous. He really wanted to go to Disneyland and Paris for quite a while now, and, well, Paris is in Europe.
Yes, I know that. But I'm not quite understanding what it is that you want me to do about all of this. I mean, I'm sorry that your son is feeling a bit left out, but there's nothing that I can do about it. Maybe you can take him to Paris yourself. I mean, there are deals that Disneyland do, which could save you a bit of money if that's what you're worried about.
Are you implying that I'm poor? Because I'm not. I have more money than you, that's for sure. The only poor one around here is you.
Whoa. Okay. I wasn't trying to imply or offend you or anything. I just know that trips to Europe are expensive. I mean, I should know. I just had to pay for mine and my family's vacation. I just wanted to try and save you some money.
Yeah, well, you can save your petty deals. I can pay full price.
Okay then, good for you.
But anyway, yeah, me and Tobin are going to come on your holiday with you.
I'm sorry? That's not going to happen.
Yes it is. Your son is the one who's been bragging all about this trip that he's going on, and he's made my son upset because he's not going. That's your problem, so you need to fix it.
Look, at the end of the day, Tobin is your son, so you need to talk to him about all of this. Getting jealous is a natural reaction for children, which is why they need their parents to help them deal with this emotion and sort through it properly and in a healthy way. Otherwise, if you just give in to their tantrums, then they become spoiled.
So now you're saying that my son is spoiled?
No, I'm not saying that at all. You're just twisting my words around. All I'm trying to say is that you can't come on my holiday with me. That's all.
Nuh-uh. First you insulted me by insinuating that I am poor, and now you're saying that my son is a spoiled brat? What is actually wrong with you? The least you could do for me now is to let me and Tobin come on holiday with you now. Obviously, you'll have to pay for our tickets and everything, just to make it up to us. Me and Tobin will obviously want to ride first class, as that's what we're used to. And, oh, will your husband be coming with us?
My husband? Well, considering this is a family holiday, yeah, he will be coming with me and our son.
Oh, that's great. He can come and sit up in first class with me and Tobin.
Huh? Why are you so interested in my husband?
Well, as you probably know, my husband left me for another woman, and I've just been looking for someone who could pick up the role again. He'd have to be kind and able to deal with kids, so I figured a man who already has a kid would be the best choice. And of course he's got to be handsome. I won't marry an uggo. And well, your husband checks all of those boxes.
So what? Are you literally saying right now that you are demanding to come on my family holiday, which I have spent a lot of money on, and that you are going to try and steal my husband for yourself?
Well, it's not like you appreciate him. I'm sure Rick would rather be with me. I'm much more beautiful than you, smarter, and can give him what he actually wants. It's only the smart choice that he would pick me. As for you, I don't know. Maybe you can find someone who would be willing to take you and your son on. I'm sure someone out there would love a charity case to work on.
Okay, that is the last straw. You are not coming on my holiday with my family. Full stop. In fact, you can just go ahead and leave me and my family alone from now on. We don't want anything to do with you.
Oh, is this jealousy I see? Are you saying that simply because you know that your husband would pick me over you? I mean, all he'd have to do is see me in my bikini and he'd be drooling all over me and doing whatever I tell him to. I bet you look like a frumpy pumpkin in your bathing suit, right? Perhaps if you actually went to the gym and worked out for him, your husband might actually want to be with you.
My husband loves me very much. I know that he doesn't want to be with anyone else, especially not some narcissistic, vain, vile woman who doesn't care about anyone but herself. Now, I'm going to go. Please leave me alone now. I don't want you messaging me anymore. Got it?
This isn't the last that you'll hear from me.
Whatever, Sandra. I'm just going to block you so you can't bother me anymore. Goodbye. Hey, babe. You won't believe what just happened to me.
Huh? Is everything alright, Jen? You're not hurt, are you?
Oh, no, I'm not hurt, but I am severely annoyed.
How come? What's happened?
Well, do you know a woman called Sandra? Her son goes to the same school as Dylan.
Vaguely. I think I might have seen her at the last parents' evening. She's the one with the really fake blonde hair and quite a bit of obvious plastic surgery, right? Also, I'm pretty sure that I heard that her husband left her for someone else or something like that.
Geez, you know more about her than I do.
Well, the moms like to gossip, and I generally can't help but overhear what they say when I pick Dylan up from school.
Yeah, well, she just messaged me saying that she wants to join our family holiday. Like, tag along and everything.
Wait, what? As in, come along with us and spend the holiday with us?
Yep. I mean, it's a strange thing to ask to begin with, but she was going on about how she wanted me to pay for her and her son to travel in first class, and then she said that she was going to steal you from me.
What? You're kidding.
Nope. She was saying that she wanted a new husband who was smart, cute, and already a dad because it meant that he was good with kids, and that he would be able to take care of her kid as well.
That is literally insane. Is she actually crazy?
I mean, it would be the only reasonable explanation as to why she's acting the way she is.
Well, did you at least tell her that there was no way that she was coming with us?
Of course I did. This is our family vacation. I'm not going to let some random woman tag along with us, especially not one who has told me that she is going to actively try and steal my husband from me.
Do you seriously not trust me?
I trust you completely. It's her I don't trust. I bet that, if given half the choice, she would try and do something wrong and inappropriate to you, and try and make it seem like it was you who initiated the whole thing. I just really don't want to go through the hassle of trying to explain that to Dylan. I also don't want to get into a fight with some crazy woman. You know what people say, you should never mess with crazy.
Good, because on the occasion where I have had to interact with her, she's not been the nicest. She's always demeaning and incredibly spiteful. Like, I was in town the other week and she spotted me. She came over to me and began giving me backhanded compliments and trying to hit on me. Now I know why.
She really did that?
Obviously, I told her that I wasn't interested, but she just wouldn't take no for an answer. In the end, I had to distract her by claiming that I just seen a famous person down the street. Being as shallow as she is, Sandra immediately began looking for them, and while she was distracted, I ran away.
Jeez, I do not envy you. I think I would have done exactly the same thing.
Well, at least you told her clearly that she wasn't coming on our trip with us. That would have been a disaster.
Tell me about it. Well, make sure that if you do see her again, and if she asks, tell her that there is no way she's ever going to come on holiday with us.
Oh, don't worry, I will. I do not want her coming on holiday with us. So, have you got everything packed for the trip?
Well, we've still got a few days before we go, but I think I've mostly got everything I need. What about you?
Oh yeah, I'm raring to go. I seriously can't wait for this trip.
Me neither. This is going to be the best trip ever.
I love you, and I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Oh, and I love you too.
Morning, Jennifer. I can't wait to go on holiday tomorrow. I'm so excited. It'll be so much fun. There are a few things I need to do before I leave, so I just needed to ask you some questions about going away.
Sandra? How are you texting me? I blocked your number.
Oh, I'm using my son's phone. Anyway, about tomorrow.
What about tomorrow?
Well, I should be packing now. So let me know where you're flying from.
You won't be joining us. It's a private gathering.
Huh?
We've already been all over this, Sandra. You're not coming on holiday with me.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know you said that I couldn't come or whatever, but I thought you were just having a bad day. I mean, you seriously weren't going to disappoint my son, were you? All you have to do is buy me and Tobin a ticket and let me know which airport you're going to so that I can meet you there.
No way, not a chance.
What? What do you mean, not a chance?
I mean, you're not coming. I already told you that you weren't, so I don't know why you suddenly think you are. And why you think that I'm going to be paying for you and your son's ticket. I've already had to pay for everything for my family. Their plane tickets, the hotel, the activities, not to mention saving up spending money so that we actually have something so that we can buy whatever we want and actually have some fun. And I definitely don't want you harassing my husband anymore.
Harassing your husband? Oh, please. He's probably dying to spend time with me and leave you for me. You're just scared of that happening, aren't you?
No, I'm really not. Besides, we've already gone, so you're too late.
What are you on about?
We've already left.
What do you mean you've already left? Why would you do that? The plane is tomorrow, isn't it?
It was originally tomorrow, yes. However, the airline called and told us that they had overbooked the flight and that we could upgrade to first class if we left a day earlier.
How could you do that to me and Tobin? How selfish of you. I mean, I told you just how much Tobin wanted to go on this vacation, and you said that you were going away. You can't just say that and then take away the opportunity for a holiday like that. It's not fair and it's not allowed. I demand you pay for my ticket and for Tobin's.
No. Look, I don't know why you're so adamant about me buying your ticket and letting you tag along on my family vacation. But no matter what you say, you're not coming. Besides, don't you have a high-paying job? You were bragging about how you could afford a vacation all by yourself. Surely you can just buy your own tickets and go wherever you want in the world.
Well, why should I have to waste my money when someone else is already going to the place I decided I wanted to go? It only makes sense that I tag along with the person going. And a lot of the time, there are deals on group travel. That way, you're not spending it as much. So I really don't see what the big deal is.
The big deal is that it's still a lot of money, regardless of whether there's a deal on group bookings or not. And I managed to get a family deal, because I'm going with my family. It offered a lot more off of the price than an ordinary deal would, and you wouldn't fit on the family deal, as you have nothing to do with my family.
Ugh, you are such a horrible woman. Other people would have let me tag along, and they would have paid for me too.
No, Sandra. They wouldn't do that for some random woman to just insert themselves into their family vacation.
Well, someone might have, especially if they didn't want to crush a child's dreams. Something you obviously have no problem doing.
Tobin is your son. You need to deal with whatever emotions he's trying to deal with. Moreover, I don't know why you're not understanding me. You're not coming on holiday with my family. At all, ever.
Well, maybe you should ask your husband if that's what he wants.
What?
Yep. We had a very interesting conversation last weekend when you and your son were at your mother's house. He might have a different opinion of me coming on the holiday, especially if I'm going to be your kid's stepmom and my son and yours are going to be brothers. That would make me family, wouldn't it? LOL.
You mean the weekend where he met you in the grocery store? Because he told me all about that.
Huh?
Yeah. He told me that absolutely nothing happened between you two. In fact, he couldn't wait to get away from you.
Of course he'd say that. He wouldn't admit to cheating on you. But it did happen.
No, it really didn't. And I think it's pathetic that you try and cast my marriage into doubt just to try and get on a trip that you were never invited to in the first place. What kind of horrible, selfish woman does that?
Well, maybe if you had just paid for my holiday, I never would have had to resort to such tactics.
Why don't you just pay for your own holiday? What's so difficult about that?
Because I shouldn't have to. I'm pretty, so everyone should just do everything I tell them to. That's what being pretty means in this world. Plus, my husband abandoned me and my son, so people should do what we want out of pity.
Well, you clearly need a reality check, but it's not my job to give you one. I'm going now. I'm fed up of talking to you. I'm also going to block your number because I never want to hear from you ever again.
Hang on. You still need to pay for a new ticket for me. And make sure that it's first class. I don't think it's fair if you get to fly first class and I don't, simply because you didn't tell me that the plans had changed.
No.
Huh? What do you mean, no?
I mean, no. It's the last time I'm going to say it to you as well.
You are so mean. I'll be telling all of the other moms at school about this.
I really don't care. Those women don't like you either.
What? Yes, they do.
No, they don't. And it's not really a secret.
But
So maybe you should work on yourself if you actually want people to like you.
as long as your husband likes me, that's all that matters.
Well, he doesn't. Anyway, me and my family have a holiday to enjoy, so please don't message me anymore.
Ugh, I swear, Jennifer, that's it. You just wait. I'll get you.
Uh-huh, sure. You keep thinking that. Anyway, goodbye. After my holiday with my family, I returned home to discover that Sandra had apparently not listened to my advice, and that she had tried to seduce one of the other women's husbands. They clearly didn't appreciate that, and actually filed complaints to the school. Now Sandra isn't allowed to enter the school grounds, and she has to watch her son into school from the fence. Thankfully, my son has decided to take Tobin under his wing and is slowly teaching him how to behave properly instead of throwing tantrums and demanding he gets his way all the time. This means that I do have to interact with Sandra, however, after giving her a massive dressing down. She has backed off from my husband and is civil enough when dropping off and picking Tobin up from the house. It's a step in the right direction, so hopefully Tobin will grow up to be a little bit better. Only time will tell.